The Seat of the Phantom Man. Interior bedroom, night 5. I don't believe this. Another night that I'm going to have to spend alone. It's just me, the house, no crickets, and my flashlight. Another night has come. I'll have to survive alone. I feel like I'm stranded on an island. Maybe watching television will calm my nerves. It's just past 11 p.m. Sleeping in my room is not an option tonight. I take my blankets and a pillow from my bed to the couch in the living room. There, I'm sleeping on my couch bed. For a couple minutes, I watch television. Hopefully, I tire myself enough that I fall asleep without noticing. I woke up about an hour later. Oh man, that was a nice nap. My vision is a bit blurred due to the light of the television that is on. Great, I left the TV on. I get up to look for the remote. I know I left it by the cable box. I stand by the TV with my back turned to it to get a better view of the living room. I'll probably spot where it is from here. I take a step forward. No way. The remote is floating right in front of me. Gasp. The remote control just drops to the floor, shattering into pieces. I hesitate for a second. I need to get out of here. I sprint to the couch, grab the flashlight, and head towards the front door of the house. Ah! Some invisible force has me gripped by the throat. This dark shade manifests into a physical form. It stopped me dead in my tracks with one hand choking me. I need to break free from his grip. I can't. I thought ghosts were just that, ghosts, but this isn't even that. This is what the Bible scarcely talks about, the evil entities known as demons. The only thing I can compare this to is a gargoyle. This evil thing is staring right into me, my being, my soul. Its claw gripped around my throat, squeezing me like a marshmallow, staring at me with those yellow eyes, a gaze I can't break, just sucking the life out of me, and there's nothing I can do. The demon lets out an echoing growl. Garrick finally lets out his last breath. The demon speaks. Doomed they are to relive history, for they have become forgotten. Garrick's blood runs down the demon's hand from his mouth. Slowly, everything fades away. He wakes up to a time before to where it started. Return the slab, or suffer my cures. I imitate the mummy spirit. It's so creepy, Albert says. I know, it's just a show. Well, it's time to turn off. We fade into Garrick's reality. Interior. Garrick's room. Psych ward. Present. The doctor, a middle-aged man, and the new night shift nurse, age 25, working as a temp, are making their rounds, making sure every patient is ready for bed, routine checkup, and medicated. The nurse enters the room and waits for the doctor to finish with the previous patient next door.
How painful,
she says as she stares at the patient in the room. The doctor enters.
Has our patient shown any changes?
Let me check the clipboard.
She grabs and looks through the clipboard hanging by the door. She reads the morning nurse's notes of Garrick's condition for the day.
According to the report of the nurse from the previous shift, it states that he's been drooling and making gagging sounds in intervals throughout the day.
Given his...
He pauses for a moment to think of the correct word to describe Garrick's sickness.
condition, that is not surprising.
Garrick is sitting in a wheelchair, hooked up to multiple cords from the machine keeping him alive. The doctor examines him. He feels his pulse from his wrist, shines his flashlight on his eyes, no reaction, and checks the machine, making sure everything is working properly.
How so? Shouldn't we medicate or observe him in case he chokes on his own saliva?
I forgot you were recently employed. No, Garrick has been with us for about 5 years now. Every Sunday since he was omitted, he gags and drools all day and night until he finally falls asleep.
Every Sunday? Has there been a Sunday where he doesn't gag or drool?
No, it's the only sound he's ever made. He just needs to be fed through the IV and cleaned.
How awful. What about his family?
They pretend he doesn't exist, abandoned like a sick animal with no cure awaiting death.
The nurse cleans his drool.
And his condition?
There isn't a name for it. Physically he's there, but there is no one inside the mind that responds. An empty vessel or to some brain dead.
She puts a bib around his neck to catch the drool and notices the ring on his finger.
Why does he have a ring? Aren't patients not allowed to have objects in case they use it to hurt themselves?
That won't be a problem with Garrick, so we leave it on him.
The nurse puts the clipboard back on the wall.
All right then, on to our next patient.
Yes, doctor.
The doctor exits the room, and the nurse follows. As she closes the door, we see a glimpse of the demon with one claw on Garrick's shoulder as he gags and drools all over himself. She turns to look at Garrick one last time and closes the door.